Speaking of conspiracy theories, let's talk about Mr. Conspiracy Theory himself, Aaron Rodgers, who pretty much volunteered to the media this week that, yeah, guys, I came back to play with my former head coach, who, by the way, I did drive out of town, but I'm not going to tell anybody that, when I was still playing with the Packers. And all of a sudden, we're buddy-buddy again. And, I recommended that the Steelers should hire him. Oh, and by the way, it's my last year. Okay. Aaron, Brando, when Josh talks like this, he's all right. Listen, Aaron, you are arguably, and I'm going to say arguably because I think it's debatable, a top 5 quarterback in the history of the NFL. However, over the past 4 years, you've been a bottom 10 quarterback in the NFL. Your career really was over to the last year in New York. You didn't play well for the Steelers last year, I will admit it. But Aaron, for the past 6 freaking years, dating all the way back to the COVID-19 pandemic when you said you were immunized, and then wait a minute, you get held out for a game at Kansas City, Jordan Love's debut, because you weren't vaccinated and you got COVID. That's when a lot of people in the media, no matter what political side you're on, turned on you. And I've never looked at Aaron Rodgers the same. I used to think he was funny. Now I think he's just a plain bullshitter, to be 100 with you. And I am thinking about going to that Thursday night game, October 1st, because I think it'd be cool to see Aaron Rodgers, because I've never seen Aaron Rodgers. But, dude, come on. You're not even the thought of the NFL right now in terms of marketing and promotion. Go out there, have a retirement tour, and go smoke your ayahuasca somewhere. I don't really care.
I appreciate watching him play quarterback even over the last couple years, but I'm saying thank God he's retiring. Not because I don't like watching him play quarterback, because as I just said, I do. And I appreciate what he's done on the field. But off the field, all he does is try and make everything about him. It's like, oh, wait, you're not talking about me? I got to do something so that the media is talking about AR 8 or 12, whatever number he's wearing these days.
I'm shocked it's May and that he's in camp and that it's not July. And the Steelers are like, remember what they did last year? He's coming. By the way, he's coming. We're just going to let Aaron show whatever he wants. Come on, Aaron. We all love you.
What do the Steelers have against Will Howard and Drew Aller that they were so desperate for Aaron Rodgers?
They are obsessed with being 9-8 because for some reason the Steelers owners cannot get they're like, we're the Steelers. We never have a losing season. You idiots. Even the Patriots, the almighty Patriots with Bill Belichick, who for 20 years ran the freaking NFL, were terrible for 2 years. That's how they got Drake May. That's how they got Mike Vrabel. And that's how they got back to the Super Bowl. My Eagles in 2020 were 4-12 with a Super Bowl winning head coach a couple years earlier in Doug Peterson. We fired him. We moved off our quarterback, who we just paid, a big extension to, $40 million a year. And 2 years later, we were in the Super Bowl.
The LA Rams.
Yes, the year after they won the Super Bowl, Matthew Stafford was hurt. They had a bad year. Guess what? 3 years later, they're back in contention.
Yep.
Why can't this organization just take 1 year off? I get it. The Jets have been bad forever. Don't be afraid to be the Jets for 1 year. You're not the Jets. You're well run. But are you really well run if you're obsessed about getting to the playoffs? Oh, by the way, we get to the playoffs, yay! And then we got our doors blown out by a Houston Texans team who can't even move the ball offensively.
No. Actually, what I was going to say with the LA Rams was they had great seasons with Jared Goff as their starting quarterback. You know what they said? We can do better. And they went out and traded for Matthew Stafford. and it
Oh,
brought
God.
them a Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's going to be real fun next year when the Steelers might have a worse quarterback room than the freaking Browns. Is that what they're afraid of? Do they not want to have a worse quarterback room than Deshaun Watson and Shedeur Sanders?
No, we don't say his name. We just call him number 4.
Well, number 4 is going to be your starter week 1, so you should probably start calling him by his name.
Nope, I refuse. I will only call him number 4. He is not my starting quarterback.
Hey, I used to call Kawhi Leonard number 2 for the longest time because he's a robot, in my opinion. He don't even have a name, so that's fair.
If number 4 is our starting quarterback, I will hide under the comforter.
Well, you better start finding your comforter because he's going to be your starting quarterback. I will bet you today.
The AFC North is going to be, usually it's one of the toughest divisions in football. I don't think I can confidently say that this season.